Hey everyone, I hope you found value in my videos so far, and this week is dedicated to all of you out there who are skiers and snowboarders. With the upcoming season quickly approaching, it's highly critical that we start working on strengthening exercises that will help to protect our bodies from injury. That's what this week's video is all about. I hope you find it really helpful, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. One of the most common injuries when skiing and snowboarding is to injure your knee, especially injuring ligaments in your knee, and most commonly the anterior cruciate ligament, sometimes referred to as the ACL. Now, first, what this ligament does is it's supposed to prevent the lower bone, called the tibia in the lower leg, moving forward relative to the upper bone, the femur. So it's trying to prevent that forward movement, called anterior translation of the tibia relative to the femur. Now the good news is that the hamstring, which is the muscle in the back of the thigh, that will also help to prevent this movement. So if we can strengthen the hamstring, this will really help out the ACL to protect the knee. The second aspect is a lot of the times when either landing from a jump or riding low or riding over some bumps, the knees can come together. And this places a great deal of stress on the knees and puts the ACL in a really vulnerable position. But if we can strengthen the muscles on the outside of the hips, called the glute medius, this can help to more keep the knees in better alignment and protect the knees while you're skiing and snowboarding, and help to protect against potential injury. So by far, one of the most easy and most efficient exercises to improve the stability of your hip and protect your knee is what's referred to as side-lying hip abduction. How that works is to lay down on your side, works best on a firm, flat surface, and to simply raise your leg to the side. Now, a common error with this exercise is to either kick forward or kick back, compensating with other muscle groups. But we're really trying to isolate the glute medius by kicking straight to the side. Okay, with what's known as stacking the hips. So one hip right on top of the other. And you're just trying to raise that leg and lower down slowly. The majority of strength is built from the slow, controlled lowering. So that's really what to focus on. Now, if this is feeling easy for you, even after 20 repetitions, I would recommend adding in some form of resistance. Ankle weights can work really well for this exercise. So again, up quick, down slow. Up quick, down slow. Beyond that, there are a number of exercises that can be performed either in a gym using some weight resistance or at home using a TheraBand. The first of which you can either perform either laying down on your back or in sitting, which is called a clamshell. Also, to target the glute medius, you'd want to lay down, tie the band around the legs. If you're hairy like me, it might work better to perform with sweatpants. And we're just opening up to the side and closing back slowly. Opening up to the side and closing back slowly. Another variation of this would be side-lying clamshells. Same kind of idea, just opening up and closing down. So if you have a preferred method, either one would work. But think about how this is a similar action to what we just did with the side-lying hip abduction, in the sense that you're moving to the side, that lateral movement. That lateral movement is what strengthens your hips in the right way. That's going to protect your knee when you're skiing and snowboarding. So out and back. Again, fast with the up, slow with the down. A higher level exercise that some of you can incorporate who finding what I've covered so far a little easy would be a side plank. Again, geared to improve the stability of the hip and the glute medius, but also to target a bit more of your core, which the core is helpful for so many things in the body. Well, when you're doing a side plank, we want to make sure that the shoulder is directly above the elbow, not way too far out or tucked too far in. And we're just trying to extend the legs, one on top of the other, and lift while placing weight through your elbow. Now you're trying to hold the hips off the supporting surface for 30 to 60 seconds. If this is feeling easy, you can also add in a side kick to this movement. So holding the side plank while at the same time performing a side kick. The final exercise for the glute medius that I'll be covering today is referred to as monster walks. So to do this exercise, you will again need some form of resistance, such as ankle weights or a TheraBand will work the best. And what you want to do first is stand tall and tie the TheraBand just above your knees. Once you have it tied, what you're trying to do is keep low and walk in steps to the side. Again, what this is doing is strengthening your hips, that glute medius muscle group. And you can either do it in terms of repetitions or duration, but you really want to work to feel the burn. Get those hips fired up. So when strengthening the hamstrings, there's also a number of different exercises that can be performed depending on where you are and what equipment you have. The most basic and easy to perform is referred to as the bridge. The bridge is nice because not only will it strengthen your hamstrings, but again, also your core, which your core will be particularly helpful when you get back into snowboarding for so many different reasons. So to do a bridge, we just want to lay down, firm flat surface, and then lifting your hips. If that's feeling easy, you could lift the hips and add a march at the top. But that one's nice, easy to do, doesn't require any equipment. So it's a fundamental exercise. Yet another way to strengthen the hamstring is to isolate the muscle using some form of resistance, such as an ankle weight or a TheraBand, which is what I'll be demonstrating today. So to do that, you just want to tie the TheraBand around the ankle and then tie the other end into a knot that you can close in a door. Another option would be tying the other end to the base of a chair, the base of a table, a bed, something like that. So once you've attached the band to your ankle and the door, you just want to lay down and then you're curling back, bringing the heel towards the buttocks. This is an effective exercise in the sense that you really isolate the hamstring very well. A lot of the other exercises I'll be covering today for the hamstring, they're great, they work the hamstring and other muscle groups, but it's important that we're really isolating with at least one of the exercises. Again, slow on the down, that's where the majority of strength is built. So the final exercise I'll be covering today is referred to as a deadlift. This is also to strengthen the hamstrings. And the way you want to do it is to use some heavier dumbbells. If you don't have anything like that at home, what you can do is fill up some water bottles, such as a 1 gallon milk jug, 2 gallon, 3 gallon, 5 gallon, depending on how much resistance you're seeking. This can be a nice way to create your own home gym without having to go out and buy expensive dumbbells. And what you want to do when you do this is stand tall, put a slight bend in your knees, and then you're arching forward at your waist while keeping an arch in your back, and then back up. Just moving slowly on the down. The up can be a bit faster. Now, if you're not finding enough challenge with this, you can work on a single leg deadlift. So this video has been all about what are the exercises that can be done to improve the stability of the knee and help to prevent knee injuries while skiing and snowboarding. But there are so many different topics I could post about. It all just depends on what you guys would like to see. So please post your comments below and subscribe so I can do my best to create a meaningful video for you or a loved one to improve quality of life. This is Dr. John Mayo, physical therapist, really hoping that this video is helpful for you or a loved one and improves your life.